Kegberg.
Hi, Craig.
Craig. Yeah. Go ahead and introduce your character for our survival game, Chatty.
I have a rock gnome by the name of Warren Tinkerhill. He is, where's the picture? I keep getting the wrong part.
Chance, are you muted?
I
I was just wondering if Chance was muted.
I don't know, he's just a quiet soul.
Quiet soul.
Hello?
There you are.
Huzzah! He made
I'm
it.
here. I promise.
Deeper secrets. Oh yeah, he's just a small little gnome artificer. He has like snow white hair that's kind of pushed back and a little wispy and crazy, and like a full-on Santa beard. He wears glasses, although mainly for reading, but I feel like it's one of those where sometimes he uses them and sometimes he don't. So it's always just like a mystery how much he needs them. But he's always looking for them. His leg prosthetic and part of his, well, he's missing his leg and like half of his left hand, and both of them kind of have like these steampunk prosthetics. He wears scale mail with a nice robe over top all the time, and it's just kind of like nicely tied at the waist. He walks around using like a family walking stick that is adorned with some family metallic runic symbols and some like little precious metals. Well, they're not really valuable, but they look nice. And then he always has his light hammer on his belt on one side, and then like a little satchel bag with some tools and stuff on the other. He has his small little journal in his one pocket for his ideas, and a larger book in his bag for like journaling his adventures. And yeah, he always just kind of wears like comfy, well put together robes, you know? He always just kind of looks nice, run of the mill, and clean. Yeah, and he's just older, and he's kind of like he has a family, and he was always kind of an adventurous soul, so he's just kind of on like one last adventure before he settles down. But gnomes live a long time, so this adventure could take like 10 to 20 years. And I like to think maybe he's a couple years into it. Yeah, that's Warren.
Love it. I love Warren, Mr. Tinkerhill. Who wants to introduce their character next?
I can go next.
Do it.
My character's name is Humta Treeker. He's a lizard folk. Kind of, I tried to find stuff on how old lizard folk live, and I only found stuff from when they're considered monsters, as opposed to the new manual. So he's just whatever is the equivalent of like the younger side of middle-aged for lizard folk.
Okay.
He grew up in a land that like worships gods, like these draconic gods that like live amongst them in the capital city. He was part of like the lower class, and he hated like the way their society was like structured and stuff. So he slowly, in what meager means he could, like worked on his own skills until he could earn enough money to finance like leaving that city and leaving that place. So now he's trying to expand his skills and his horizons by adventuring in other lands and learning more about the world beyond the tiny place, like what the closed-minded, place that he grew up in.
Mm-hmm.
So he is an artificer, aspiring alchemist. As far as appearance goes, he looks pretty much like his picture here, but I imagine him instead of like being dark greens um with like light yellow or whatever, he's more of like a dark beige with uh like mottled spots of like darkish to lightish brown. So he blends more in with like a sandy sort of terrain as opposed to like green foliage.
Oh, that's cool.
But otherwise, he looks really similar. He's got kind of a slender build, and he's more like quick on his feet than strong. And he wears scale mail, but he'll just as easily take it off to adopt a more uh low key, quieter approach when needed. He carries two spears and a big old pack on his back full of his stuff. Lots of little empty bottles and dried herbs and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, that's Humta.
I love it. Love Humta. And it's Treeker, right? It's their
Yeah.
last name. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. Chance, do you want to introduce our last party member for today's game?
I will be playing Lucius Evangeline. He is a Air Genasi monk. He is about 6 feet two, slender build, bluish gray skin with these light, like light, lit up blue, very like very like light glow to the tattoo looking like runes that are all over his body,
Nice.
adorned in just these like crazy like luscious flowing silks and stuff, and all sorts of jewelry and jewels and stuff. Does have a like kind of like a sash that they wear over their the right side of their face, because they are blind in that side of their eye. Shaggy white hair, about mid length. But he is a follower of Charis, the goddess of hedonism. His family was originally followers of Sylvanus, the god of wild nature, but he started to just become bored and started to seek just more pleasure in his life. And so Charis inevitably presented themselves to Lucius, and now he kind of wanders the world and just is uh, does whatever makes him happy.
I love it. I love it. And the three of you, at some point in the past, you all sort of came to know each other in some major city across the map somewhere. Um, Maybe doing one or two jobs together before eventually doing a job that, while it didn't pay super great, it did net you all free passage to the other side of the world, basically. While not dropping you off in a beautiful place or a large place, you were dropped off in Portway Harbor. And you all sort of kicked around Portway Harbor for maybe a couple of days, maybe finding one or two jobs here or there, but nothing too sustaining or sort of helping with your upkeep in any way. But you all did catch word of a kind of smaller town that's sort of off the beaten beaten path, a bit northern from this exact town that you're currently in. Um, Knowing that it's up a seldom traveled stretch of road called the Narrow Northern Stretch. A little too harsh for any real land vehicles to go up and down it, besides traveling on foot or maybe a well trained mount. So, all of you hopefully taking a bit of a gamble, traveling up the northern narrow stretch towards Long Barrow itself in hopes of maybe getting a little bit of work, um, maybe earning a bit of coin. But bare minimum, your party's ultimate goal is probably reaching Bellcrest. Bellcrest being one of the largest cities, not only in the continent, but in Varhelm, the world itself. Um, so our game today will pick up as the party here is traveling from Portway Harbor to Longbarrow. Sort of opening up as our group is sort of maybe cleaning up camp, as it's about a 2-ish day journey from Portway Harbor to Long Barrow. Our party already having traveled about a day and a half or so already, having about one full long day ahead of them in travel, packing up camp, seeing all of you stowing all your belongings back in your various packs and bags. Our game, again, scene opening as our party sort of gets back onto this dirty, muddy stretch of road that is the Northern Narrow Stretch. Um, the first portion of your day, traveling further down this, again, muddy road, would be fairly uneventful. For the party, as you're well into your second day of travel up this kind of rough road to travel up and down. What's the party's sort of vibe? Just for sort of like a little flavor check in. Are you more of like a silent hike up this dirt road sort of vibe, or is there a little bit of chatter or any thoughts or any particular flavor of your character? As again, this is day two of travel, maybe technically like day three, since you already had to travel like a half day ish as well. Um, so you guys have all been together for some extended period of time, at least while on board the ship. You've already been on this road for, eh, again, a decent portion of time.
I mean, Lucius is probably complaining. Um, he definitely prefers a life of like luxury and one of like comfort. Um, and so all of this hiking is probably not his favorite.
I love that you said that because I was also imagining that Humta was complaining too. So Humta's turned to you. He's like, Humta does not like the squishy road. Muddy, squishy, it sticks to everything.
Yes, all this dirt and so dirty.
Disgusting. Humta misses clean sand.
But didn't you say that you could like build something to I don't know, like carry us places? This I mean, how long have we been hiking now?
Mm. Humta is good at driving carts, yes. Carts no good at dirty road.
Hmm. Warren, do you have anything? I mean, this is it's hot, it's wet, it's sticky.
Um, Warren has 7 kids, so he's probably just drowned out your guys' complaining. And he's just like has his walking stick with like a loose smile on his face, and he's just kind of humming, just like taking in the air and the environment. Is it warm, man? I'm sorry. Is it like a tropic vibe?
It's not too tropic. Looking around your general surroundings, there's many classic trees and like a
Okay.
forestscape. It's probably like like a coming of fall sort of weather. Not really chilly, not really too hot, especially maybe on this particular day, slightly overcast, so you don't have too much direct sun on you.
Yeah, he would just be like enjoying the weather, just kind of lightly humming to himself.
How much longer until you till we're there, Warren?
Oh,
How much longer?
oh boy, it's a great question. I don't know. I just got a little lost. Isn't it just beautiful out?
No, I
Ah,
don't find this.
I love it. You know, it cooks up the old lake a little bit, and he lifts it up, and it's like all mucky, but
Unclean.
it's so. He just like kind of lowers the rope. Okay. How much longer? I'm not sure. It's a little hard to tell. The canopy's a little thick. Keep ahead.
Aren't you at least getting hungry?
Oh no! I always have a little snack in the little pocket. And he just starts eating like these dried nuts and berries. Just yeah, I'll always be prepared. You know.
Can I like climb a tree to check like our bearing and stuff?
Sorry, yeah, I was letting the cat out. Yeah, you can totally climb up a tree. Go ahead and give me an athletics or an acrobatics. For anyone that would like to join or anyone that would like to help, you can offer advantage.
I would like backseat climb. No,
Okay.
that branch. You're gonna have to come back down 2 branches and then go forward and then back up.
Yeah, I think Lucius would also do the same.
So are they helping me or?
I would say with both of them, they're probably helping you. I'll give you advantage on your athletics.
Okay.
You're just doing it wrong.
It's slow going, but the two of you would watch as your lizard folk friend would climb up the nearby, largest tree. I'm able to sort of look out. Give me a perception check, Humta.
13.
13.
Did you have guidance? You do it.
I do. I was like, is it cheap to use it for every single roll? I don't know.
I don't either, but I try.
That's what it's there for.
As you sort of climb up it, you can use guidance if you want.
I'll use it for the perception
Yeah.
since
Go
I'm
ahead and
by
give me
myself.
what does a guidance look like for Humta since it's her first time seeing it?
Hmm. I don't know. I hadn't really thought through what Humta's magic is like. I imagine his like aura and stuff is like, because his eyes are orange and yellow. So maybe, like I'll imagine that a lot of his magic comes from like observation of the world, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So we'll say that like his eyes just get like a magical glow to them. Like that orange and yellow are just like more vibrant.
I love it. I love it. Go ahead and roll me a d4.
2.
Nice.
15.
Bring us up to a 15 as you sort of look out up north on that sort of loose following where the dirt road will be cutting through the thick forest here. About maybe 3.5, maybe 4-ish miles out. You swear you can see what looks like a outcropping of a small village, a handful of buildings. You'd wager just off of, some loose math in your head, being a fairly intelligent individual. You guys probably only have maybe a couple hours, maybe 3-ish hours or so, if at the sort of loose trudging pace you're going up the muddy road.
Humta scrambles down the tree. I imagine it's a lot faster just because he's kind of doing a controlled fall with his claws. Like
Oh, I
he's
love
not
that.
being very nice to this tree.
As you slide down in this sort of zigzag pattern, avoiding some of the branches.
Humta sees small homes ahead. 3 hours trekking through the muck.
Oh.
Hmm.
Would anybody like to carry me?
Humta is too slender.
Yeah, I don't think that's gonna work out. How about we
Maybe
just
you
rest
like-
up for a moment? You can have something to snack on.
Ooh, are you
And then we-
offering?
He checks another pocket and he pulls out a handful. More dried berries.
I mean, he'll take it.
You never have too much granola.
Thanks.
Yeah, I'll tell you what. My son Alston was always a big snacker. You'd be surprised. That's kind of how I ended up carrying this all the time. Did I tell you that he ended up running an engineering shop, upper management? You know,
How many?
checks out. He was always a little bossy. Here, let me show you a picture.
I feel like
And
this is the
he-
third time we've heard that.
Yep.
Yeah.
Sure. And he goes and digs out like the same old scroll. Oh, I'm sorry, that's Gimbal. Did I ever tell you that Gimbal?
Whatever you say, like
he just rambles.
Humta says it at the same time as you because you've said this before. I imagine Humta found a little unmuddy spot with some sun, hopefully, in our little
Yeah.
short rest area.
Yeah, you guys probably find some large rocks that are either right by this muddy pathway, or just maybe even in the pathway itself. But they're large enough for some of you to crawl up on, easy enough.
Little break.
So we would see our party take a little break off to the side, about midday or so at this point. Maybe eating a few bit of rations. Mechanically, we'll say that all rations were mechanically eaten at the beginning of your day, so no need
Okay.
to take anything off for anyone. Um, but as you all get a short rest, begin prepping to continue on the next, again, 3-ish hours or so of travel. Can I get one of you to roll me a d6 for our first encounter table of the game?
Not a.
The encounter is a leprechaun with a chest of gold. He says, "Good luck, boys."
Could be anything. Could be anything. Counter doesn't necessarily mean combat encounter. I will say that.
Really good guess.
I vote Dad.
What?
What's your name?
You heard him, Warren.
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 Warren's been
A
picked out.
4.
You've been volunteered.
Give it a 4.
Ooh, a 4. So, as our party picks up on the second portion of travel on this day here to Long Barrow, and continue on for maybe another hour or so before sort of turning down the muddy path and hitting another straightaway. About 60, maybe 70, 80 feet ahead of you, stepping out from a large boulder off to the side of the road, you would see what looks like a human man, not really noticing our party at first, stepping out, sort of adjusting some of his clothing. All of you, give me some perception checks.
Woo! 6.
Oh no. 9. Why are you
Nine.
doing this?
Perception.
Oh, it's on the settings. I didn't fix that for you.
10.
That might be chancy. 10, 9, and a 6.
Is that rad?
For Lucius and Humta, it's probably just the fact of seeing this brown-haired, sort of light tan-skinned human just sort of step out from, what may have at first you've assumed to be a hiding place. but it would actually be Warren, who, though you would see them sort of adjusting their clothing while stepping out, Warren, you would see them mainly adjusting their belt strap, almost setting it back in. Uh, with a 10 perception, you can guess that this human male just stepped off to the side and took a quick bathroom break to relieve themselves before stepping back out on the pathway. Turning over, looking, you would see them sort of make eye contact with you all from a distance. Ah, hail, hail, fellow travelers. Good to meet you all. As I'll
We-
move our battle map here to give you guys a little bit of a sense of our scene.
Oh, it's a good bit ahead. See, 80 feet ahead, Craig.
80 feet ahead.
um,
Oh, hello. Yes. I mean, it's just you over there, yes?
Ah, yes, yes, my friends. I am indeed traveling alone. I promise. No hidden compatriots.
Insight?
do it, roll
Hi.
it. Check him. Oh, he's muted.
I was asking, man.
Yeah, I know.
Oh,
He
what was the
muted
question?
it.
Sorry.
Insight?
Insight.
Oh yeah, roll me an insight check.
I would also like to insight.
For sure. Definitely roll
Ooh.
me an-
I got a lot of sixes today. Don't know what that's about.
And a 6.
flat
natural
check.
1.
He's a very handsome gentleman. I trust him with my life.
We're travelers. I'd want to be.
All of you seem fairly trusting of this individual, at least on taking his word for there being no one else around. As you would see him sort of lift his hands up in a gesture. Like, I mean, no harm. Perhaps introductions are in order. My name is James Masters. It is a pleasure to meet you all here.
Hmm.
Ooh, fancy clothes.
Damn.
All of you may be now fully taking in as he would step to the sort of center of the road. He would be very well dressed. Sort of black cloth would make up most of his attire. That sort of gold trim, almost looking like snake patterns in parts, as well as the snake designs in parts, matching sort of shoulder cloak.
Bandit captain.
Ooh.
Oh, dead.
Well, isn't it our lucky day,
Hmm.
Master James?
Okay, so he's like in between where we need to go. We have to go past him.
Yes. He's very much like stepped out ahead of you guys. After from Warren's assessment, stepping out to relieve themselves before
Okay.
coming back onto the path.
Where did you say we were heading again, Matt?
You are all on your way to Long Barrow, a small little, village that sort of popped up in recent years along a seldom traveled stretch of road.
Hmm.
Move a little closer.
Well, Mr. James Masters, we are maybe in need of some of your assistance. Maybe you could escort us a little bit further into Longfellow.
Oh, no, I actually am leaving there. I'm on my way to Portway Harbor, off to test my
Oh.
skills across the world at large. I take it none of you had heard of me from your expressions. I'm a high-ranking member of the Duelers Guild here in Belcrest, if any of you are familiar with it.
Can't say I am.
Yeah. No disrespect. What are you just from really far away?
Hey, fair
New to
enough.
the area.
He would probably begin to take in some of your weaponry and some of your apparel. I take it adventurers, perhaps blades for hire, mercenaries even.
Mercenary's a little flattery. Just really adventuring. Yeah. Taking in the sights, odd jobs here and there.
Yeah, definitely not mercenaries, but we do have some special skills.
Ah, special skills. Well, I wasn't planning on having any contests this early, not even having left home, but since you all are not from here, I'll take it as an exception. But as a high ranking member of the Duelers Guild, and you all being fledgling adventurers, I am hereby sworn to offer a contest decree. If you so wish, I will challenge you all to combat, non lethal, of course. We're not trying to leave anyone permanently scarred. If I best you, each of you pay a simple sum of 2 gold pieces to me. And if you best me, I will in part give all of you, we'll call it 3 gold pieces each, as well as a signet. If you win by acceptable terms. No foul play, underhanded tricks, you know the general terms.
Like magic's okay, or
Of course, of course.
oh, okay. I just wasn't sure what underhanded.
It. I tell you this:
And
the 3 of you, and
Mhm.
to sweeten the pot a little bit, I will only use, as he pulls from his back this silvered scimitar, 1 blade.
Yeah, I see if I notice anything special about the blade.
Roll me a.
Like,
We'll do another perception check.
And just to clarify, he's proposing 3-on-1.
He is. He
Mhm.
is saying all 3 of you versus him, and he'll even just use 1 hand.
Probably a duelist because he's a dueler. Really, he's like looking for any like magical sheen or like runic thing.
As you sort
Whatever
of
he could
look,
kind of gain from a
you're looking at
inspection.
the scimitar, and it has this very fine silvered sheen. Guessing it's a silvered weapon. But what actually catches your eye is the second blade on his back, being a rapier with a beautiful sort of gemmed hilt.
How
I'm
can I
guessing a
praise
gleaming blade underneath a sheath. He's not even using his best weapon from your
Hmm.
guesstimations.
I was curious when you said scimitar. I swear he had a rapier. Okay. Cool. Let me ask my friends 1 second.
Of course, please.
Yeah.
Again, you all aren't from this area, but this is a fairly practiced, time-honored tradition here. Us members of the Duelists Guild, we are entitled duelists that have sanctioned such events like this for the past 70, 80 years or so, I'd wager.
Okay. I'm pardon old man's ignorance. Is what's the importance of that signet?
Ah, yes. Again, a prize that
You
may
want
be
that?
best if you understand its value.
Mm.
It will entitle you to partake in such similar duels as you can show it as means of being a reputable duelist, being
Mm.
anointed to you by a high-ranking member of the guild, myself, as well as possible benefits from certain suppliers if you are fine with name dropping, maybe flashing the signet.
Yeah. I think we have somebody in our group who would totally do that. Side eyes Lucius.
Ooh, yes, it's definitely me. I would definitely do that.
Okay, 1 moment. And he
Of course, no pressure, no pressure. And he even like takes a step or 2 back just to even give you guys space. Probably sheathing this scimitar again. No promises or anything, of course. If not, we can be on our merry way.
So I've never been offered to fight somebody for money before. Like this. He looks at
Me
you too.
either.
Like, mm,
I don't. I mean, I really don't particularly care for the fighting, but I do like the little shiny medallion thing that we get that gets us cool prizes.
I mean, the gold
Yes.
would be nice.
Humta likes this
Gold.
eagle.
I mean, if we're able to beat him, this could really set us up in this new place. It's
There's also 3 against 1.
non-lethal. How bad could it be?
I mean,
I'm
it's non-lethal. I say we do it.
for it. Plus, what a great story. I mean, a jeweler on a road, money, intrigue, a signet. We'll just call it power.
Deals from merchants. Humta likes deals. Supply.
Nanda likes steals. You like shiny things of power. I'm down for a great story. That sounds great. I'll tell him we're in. And he'll take one step forward. Mr. Masters?
Yes, my traveling friends.
Yeah, thank you for your patience there. I think we've decided that we would take you up on your offer. Being a little new here, do we just kind of sort of like rules? Do we start at a distance? I mean, no shady stuff, but like, would we just like start?
Well, he would grin and pull out the scimitar. We start whenever you lot call it ready, I suppose. A gentleman's distance, as close as you would prefer. This distance works for me.
Alright. Warren's gonna pick up like 3 of the closest rocks and just put them in his pocket, and then he'll prepare his like crossbow.
Oh yeah, Humta has a crossbow too, I believe.
Alright, well, go ahead and just say it's best if I maybe just stay back here a little bit, but I'm ready whenever you guys are.
Humta is ready.
Ready.
Excellent, friends. And he holds up his blade almost ceremoniously. May the duel commence as he pulls the blade down and begins to run forward. Let's go ahead and roll for initiative.
Okay, that was fun. I didn't expect somebody just to jump us to a duel.
Yeah.
Feels like Pokemon.
Trainer Masters has challenged you to a duel.
You gotta get past me if you wanna go to this town. Battle music.
Yeah, we need to change the Pokemon music.
Let's get some battle music. That's a good call. Let me go to my classic.
I already like our group a lot.
I do too. This is great. You guys are awesome.
I like her group, but I feel like we really need level 3. I'm really scared.
Right.
No, it's non-lethal. Masters wouldn't betray us.
I don't know, man. You
Don't
see us
worry, I
right
gotta
here.
spare the dying.
True.
Last time you made me pay you 3 silver before you'd use it.
All right. With our initiatives rolled, top of initiative is going to be Warren with an 18, kicking us off.
Get him, Dad.
Oh shit. Was it
Oh,
just
look at
the
this
battle
battle
music? I didn't realize they won the highest. Okay. And then him. You know what? I'm gonna just yeah, I wanna try it. So I'm gonna take I think I can do it. Directions really. I wanna use one of the rocks. Wait, is see. Can I use one of the rocks? I don't know if it's heavy enough. I wanna try and do catapult. But it does say 1 to 5 pounds now that I read it. I don't think the rock's gonna weigh enough.
I would say so. Because
Yeah.
I could see there'd be like a rock big enough on the ground nearby. Because it just says 1 to 5 pounds within range that isn't worn or carried. So I think that makes a ton of sense to me.
Okay. Then I want to try and do it. Spell safety 13, so it's not bad. Or deck save.
Yeah, I mean, look at all these rocks right here.
Yeah, you could totally get a rock in it. But I guess paint us a picture. What does your catapult spell look like for Warren?
I'll step back one towards the rocks thematically. I guess as he's doing the incantation in his hand, you see like the rock levitate and it comes over above his hand out, and then once he finishes the incantation, like an ethereal catapult kind of appears big enough to like fit whatever he has, and it just launches it. And as soon as it launches, it's like the spell miss and pushes the catapult like miss and pushes the rock along, and it just
As James Masters sees it, he will try to jump out of the way.
oh, you fucking fail.
James Masters, use dodge.
You son of a
A 16.
you suave son of a bitch.
Manages to jump over it, landing on his feet. All right. You guys got some tricks. I like it.
Alright, I thought that'd be fun. Well, damn. One of my spells. Alright, so he'll back up through that once it's done. Maybe I'll slide here. Maybe I don't want to be grouped just in case. Okay. I'm good.
All right. Let's see.
Well done.
Warren takes some steps back after a spell. Lucius, it will be your turn.
Lucius will run up to Mr. James Masters and he will go for a shocking grasp.
Oh. Ooh.
16.
16 will hit.
Nice.
Oh! It's asking me what level.
Do 0.
0.
Thank you.
Is it the
Keep on.
cantrip?
Oh,
Oh, 1 lightning damage.
I like to imagine you were surprised you even got him.
Maybe he just didn't expect how fast you were as you get up in his face to just like palm his chest. And he like barely manages to get back in time before the full brunt of your shocking grasp hits.
Is his armor made of metal? He's just in robes, right?
He has studded leather, so there is
Okay.
portions that are metal, but it's predominantly leather.
Then outside of that, do I get an offhand unarmed strike?
I
think it's when you
only
make an attack.
Yeah, I think it's only when you use your monk weapon or you do
Or
an unarmed strike.
Yeah.
Okay.
You can post it.
Yeah, it's in your martial arts feat, I think.
But I can double check real quick.
When you use the action with an unarmed strike or a monk weapon on your turn. Yeah, so this one wouldn't pop that.
Oh, okay. Okay. Then that'll be my turn.
All right. As we will go to James Masters next, as he's looking down Lucius. All right. I actually was planning to start with our kind reptilian friend over there, but sure. Let's see how you fare, my friend. As he pulls
Well, I
back
just
the
couldn't help myself.
scimitar.
You're so handsome.
He's going to take 2 swings at you with his silvered scimitar.
Well, that's not fair. You don't get 2 attacks. Fuck you.
Actually, you're ugly anyway.
A 14?
We'll miss.
So you duck back.
Nice.
And brings the
1v3.
blade
You don't
around.
get 2 attacks.
An 8.
Uh-huh.
Misses the second swing. Lucius
You're
being
too fast for him.
Just winks and blows him a kiss.
Licks his face.
Okay.
Almost.
I'll give you some credit. That's pretty fast. That'll be it for his turn, as he will close out James Masters' turn and go to Humta, closing out our round.
Would I still have good visibility from here to shoot my crossbow?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay. Humta's gonna like skitter on over here. I like to imagine like in a fight, like flavor wise, he's got like a weirdly long body, and then his arms are kind of proportionally short. Is what I imagine. So he like skitters on all fours, low to the ground. And he gets over here and he pulls out his crossbow. He's gonna take a shot.
I imagine he moves kind of like Randall sometimes.
Yes, exactly. That like swaying sort of thing. Yes, you nailed it exactly. Imagine Randall, guys. That's perfect.
I knew you're evil.
17.
17 will hit.
6.
Damn.
6 damage.
I feel like he'd do a little more movement. And I'll just kind of like behind this rock.
Clamber back on the other side of the little rock.
Mm-hmm. Kind of maybe even peeking around it.
Yeah, why?
We will go top of the round back to Warren.
Round 2. 5, 10. Oh, that's right. So 25. I move here, and then I'll take my shot with the light crossbow. Seeing shot from everywhere.
Whew, dirty 20 will hit.
3
more
damage.
All right. Anything else for Warren?
Oh yeah, sorry. Yeah. Net. Okay, that's it. Thank you.
All right. We will go from Warren to Lucius.
We will go on unarmed strike. Me lord.
Get him.
Oh, 16.
Ooh, 16. As a reaction, you will see James pull the scimitar in. And
Can't you not use a
on the
reaction?
Why not?
Because of shocking grasp?
No, he's shocking
On
grasp,
hit, the
James.
target can't take reactions till the start of his next turn.
I
Oh,
see,
it is your next turn.
Yeah.
Okay, never mind.
I thought it was
Sorry,
James'
go ahead.
turn.
Oh, that was a good check. James will pull the blade in and he will go on guard, adding a +2 to his AC for this hit.
Oh, boo.
So a 16 will miss as he, boom, like hilts your fist back with this blade.
Wait, whose turn is it?
Oh wait, it is Chance's turn.
Yeah, it's until the start of its turn.
Oh, so its turn?
Yeah, until Master's turn. Sorry.
Oh, okay. 16 hits. Roll me some damage.
Oh,
5 bludgeoning.
oh,
Nice.
one more.
Bonus action, unarmed strike.
Ooh.
Ooh, 14 will just miss as your fist
Oh.
wide. James stepping back.
It's a 15, damn it. Okay.
15 AC.
Okie dokie. I think that will be it for me because I don't want to take an attack of opportunity. Thank you.
I mean, he can't use reactions.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, you can run away.
Yeah.
Yeah, you created all this opportunity for yourself. Look at you.
haha.
Yeah.
Right.
So you're totally golden.
No.
So he'll just start backflipping backwards and he'll go over the puddle.
Love it.
He'll stick the landing.
I like to imagine it's like a squelchy landing in the mud.
We will go from Lucius
No, my
over to
body.
James. Let's see, who could he get to? He can get to you.
Me.
Just get to you. Just get to all of you. Ooh. All of you roll me a d20. Just a flat d20.
3. That's good, right?
They'll die as threat.
3, 9,
Leave me alone.
13. We will have James Masters as he runs over to Warren.
Oh,
Hey,
Hmm.
all right. You're a pretty good shot, by the way, my friend. As he
Oh, at
takes
least I'm not the only one to hit you.
2 scimitar swings. Oh, a 7 will miss.
Mm-hmm.
17?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
17 will hit.
Just barely.
You take 5 slashing damage.
Instead of me, no. My body, ow.
that's a lot.
I mean,
Oh, he's almost dead.
He's just an old man.
I can hear you.
He had children.
Just help me.
That will end James Masters' turn and take us to Humta, closing out our round.
Oh man. Let's see. Okay, I could reach you if I want. So we've been together a while. What do I know about Warren's like skills and stuff? Like how high is his AC and like how much health does he have?
I'd say you guys are at least fairly familiar. You've at least done a couple of jobs.
I mean, you'd see that we're scale mail. Somewhat protected. And he's usually ranged, but he's pretty tough. Like, he's not afraid to be up front.
Okay. Well, since this is a non-lethal battle, then I'll stick back here. I'm gonna go ahead and make shot. Try this again. 17, consistent.
Oh, 17 will hit.
8.
Oh, big hit. Duelist still on his feet, starting to show a little bit of wear and tear now after that shot.
Would I lose movement because of this rock here? have to go
No,
around
you
it?
should be fine. Give it like a little leap over. It's not too terribly big.
Okay, I'll move this way. Yeah, he's just kind of like flicking his tongue out, wetting his seeing eyeballs.
What?
He's a lizard.
Now is not the time.
As that will end our round. That will bring us to the top of the next round with Warren.
Okay. Man, my staff suck. Let's see. Oh, okay, I was wrong. All right, well, let's. Up close shot is just disadvantage, right?
Yeah. If you don't have that close quarters fighter, yeah.
My strength was my dump stat.
Strength is also my dump stat.
Not that great. And then, when I master maker, I can punch with my intellect. But You know what? He has a light crossbow out, and you rushed him, cut him. Maybe I'll just go for a disadvantage. I'm feeling it. I feel lucky, punk.
Get him. Disadvantage on the light crossbow.
Should just like disengage and run. I guess it's non-lethal. Fuck it. Oh no!
I changed my mind.
A shot going wide as James just sort of averts the close-up shot.
7. Okay, and fun. All right, is there anything that's lore? That's that. And I just have cure wounds, so. Never mind, it takes an action to cast. Okay, I'm done. Thank you.
All right. I'll
My
close
poor
out
body.
Warren. Take us to Lucius.
Let's just punch her in the face.
Lucius will cartwheel over to where Warren and James Masters are, and he'll get all up in James Masters' face, and he will unarmed strike.
Get him.
Hooah.
Nice.
Oh, 20 will hit.
The suspense.
Tell us, roll 20.
Noise.
4 bludgeoning.
Knock
James
him out.
Still on his feet.
Go for a bonus action unarmed strike. Hooah.
18
Nice.
will hit.
Ha 6.
Damn.
Ooh. James wavering on his feet, barely still on, like keeping his eyes open after that blow.
Oh, come
shit.
on.
Does he have to get all of us knocked out, or just any of us? Should have.
I think it's all of you. I think it's
Oh,
an all or
thank God.
nothing sort of vibe.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I would think if it's 3-on-1.
Yeah.
I did too, but I had that thought. I might go
Not so
down.
cocky now.
No, Dad, stay awake.
Stay awake, Dad.
But it's afternoon.
We'll
I
take
have
us
to
over to
nap.
James as he'll take his first swing over to you, Warren. Again, non-lethal, so if it does drop you, you just sort of go unconscious.
You forever sleep.
First swing, boop.
I'm an old man with glasses.
Natural 1 will fail. We'll take a next swing over your way, Warren. A 7, a natural 2.
Ooh.
You little bob and weave.
That will end James's turn as he's just sort of like wavering on his feet, kind of grinning still with the scimitar in his hand. You all are pretty good. Come on. Let's see if you can close it out.
Ah!
As he dodges the crossbow shot from Humta. Come on. You gotta move a little bit, my lizard folk friend. Come on.
He will run up 15. Oh, that's not it. And then for bonus action, he's gonna try this Hungry Jaws thing.
Ooh.
Get him.
I don't need to have done a regular bite for my first move, right? I can just do this here.
So to a frenzy is a bonus action. Yeah.
And then I just make a bite attack, yeah.
Yeah, you just make a bite attack.
That's cool.
Aw.
A 6 will miss as James just sort of like grabs your jaws with his free hand and pushes you back a half step.
Like a crocodile.
Bite at your ankles.
Oh, solid turn.
Yeah, that's it for him.
We'll close out our round with Humta. Bring us to the top of our next round with Warren.
Come on, Dad.
All right. He probably kind of almost gingerly set down the crossbow. And then once it's down, he would just kind of like two-hand the quarterstaff, switch his stance a little bit, and then go to hit him.
Oh, an 11 will miss.
No.
James catches it with his offhand and just tosses it back. Come on, you all can do this.
We're trying.
I would try.
Yeah, that's his turn.
That will bring us to Lucius.
Ugh. Uppercut. Oh no.
No.
I told you
We
not
can't
to advance. I
Oh
told
no.
you,
Bonus action.
you stick to the basics. Just ones and twos, Lucius. Ones and twos.
Ones and twos, like Dad taught me.
That's all you need.
Yeah.
A 23 will hit.
Who's your mentor?
Oh, how does Lucius finish off James?
I figure after dodging his like uppercut, he kind of like does like a spinning backhand towards him, and like just catches him on the side, and knocks him out or knocks him to the ground, away from Humta.
Sort of like hit him back a couple feet as he slams. He probably is reeling for like a split second after combat. I guess I should ask, was that non-lethal damage?
Non-lethal.
Okay, I just assumed.
I'd be
Sorry, I
fucked
thought that was we
Of
were all
course.
doing non-lethal.
I just figured I would double check.
He just
Figured I
pulls
would
that.
double check.
So
It was.
am I.
Take this shit.
Yeah, dude.
Take a shit.
Got you, Matt. This is the kind of party we are.
Yeah, now that we're playing by the rules, we're murder hobos.
Yeah, we just dump him. Dump his body.
I love it. And after defeating James, he sort of like sits up for a minute on the muddy road, sort of reeling. Damn, that was a good shot, my friend. Fuck. Oh.
Well, thank you.
Phew.
I mean, you weren't half bad yourself.
Oh,
Really easy
I
on the eyes.
I appreciate it, my friend. Not half bad yourself. Here, before I forget, as he reaches into his coin purse and he hands each of you 3 gold pieces each.
Woo! I'm at 18 gold now. I'm so rich.
Beat him
I
up and take
also
his
have
gold.
18.
I gotta beat both of you up and take your money.
As he handed me my gold, I sort of cupped his hand and give him a cure wounds.
Ah, thank you, my friend. That's much appreciated. You all did quite the number on me out there.
You don't mind me with my half health.
I mean, again, it was 3 against 1, so.
I think it's probably the most deserving that this goes to you, my Genasi friend. As you would
Shiny.
see him reach into a sort of like upper breast coat of this like robe and draws out what looks like almost like a coin. It has a little bit of like almost like an egg shape to it. As he would hand over the Duelists Guild signet over
Nice.
to Lucius specifically.
Oh my god. I can see it now. Chance, you're our dueler. And we're both artificers, so we'll just infuse you. And
Yes, sir. We're gonna make so much money in the fighting rings.
yeah, what's that movie with Heath Ledger and he's the jouster?
Yeah.
Knight's Tale.
Yeah, Knight's Tale. You're that guy.
Monk's tail.
Monk's Tale.
Love it.
Oh.
Now again, with the signet in hand, Lucius here, I believe is what I heard. You will be able to host sanctioned fights though they won't be quite as reputable without a proper title, such as I. But nonetheless, people will at least take you as a honest fighter, which will get you uh, more fair fights than you would be surprised with. Uh, but yes, possibly a few shops may give you discounts. Again, if you're fair dropping it, notable guild members or affiliates often do get perks or small bonuses at some venues or storefronts.
I'll make sure I flash it everywhere I go.
Yeah, I mean, if you're that into it, if you all are on your way to Bellcrest, maybe stop by the guild hall. Uh, Try to get yourself a charter. Maybe find a sponsor, even. Who knows?
A sponsor? A sponsor, you say? What does a sponsor do?
Oh, well, for most of us, coming by coin is sort of the hard part of the job, but a sponsor helps sort of pay some of your guild dues as well as can get you into some of the fight circuits and some of the various rings that take place there.
Oh, I mean, sounds like we need a sponsor. What say you, friends? Sponsor, yay, nay?
Sponsors give money. Money is good. Money buys supplies.
Hey,
Don't get too far ahead of yourselves. I mean, if you're looking to be an official guild member, there's a lot of different paperwork, trials, tryouts you have to go
yeah.
through. If you're hoping to be independent, however, I suppose yes, sponsor would maybe be a good thing to look out for first. Going to be a lot of different fees you got to pay to get into the official line of work. That is. Don't tell anyone I told you this. There are unofficial circuits and rings out there. Shady practices, though, from what I've
Right.
heard
Oh
anyway.
yes, and I mean we don't know of any of those, do we? I mean, no rumors that we've heard.
None
Oh,
that I could part with, my friend,
yeah.
sadly. I would
Yeah,
hate
I
to
think
taint even the briefest bit of your knowledge of the duelist's world or leagues with that. It is frowned upon official members of many of the guilds.
well, maybe we'll just kind of get to town, get the lay of the land before we even think about sponsors. But thank you for the heads up. I think you clarified quite a bit for us.
Not a worry, my friends. Oh, all right. Oh, I would say maybe we should have a quick rest, but I don't think I have too much time left on the road before the sun starts to set. But I think you all should
Oh,
be able to get to Long Barrow just as night falls, I would wager.
Safe travels, masters.
Yes,
yeah.
all of you as
Yeah.
well. Is there some collective name you all go by? I gathered some of your names in the fray. Warren, Hamta, of course, Lucius here.
A collective name.
I didn't
It's
think we've worked that out yet.
Yeah.
Oh, it is fair enough. Whenever signets are given out, official members such as myself are usually bound to send in a letter of at least informative for paperwork reasons for the clerk. So I will just impart all three of your names on there. And yes, hopefully it reaches Bellcrest before all of you do, if you go speaking with the guild anyway.
Maple Bar Boys.
That
And
is a lot of paperwork just for losing a fight. What are you, a cop?
It's called this unsanctioned and have a good day.
That's to make sure that the signets are in the right hands. Don't want anyone running about with a signet they took unlawfully.
Uh, is there something to like how do you know someone didn't make a fake signet, you know? Like is there some kind of
Are you asking James?
Yeah.
Well, I suppose it's more of an honor system, but they are fairly hard to craft in and of themselves. The particular design is heavily policed upon, but it is not impossible to do this, I suppose. So, word spreads pretty quick of a duelist acting dishonorably or honorably, but if their paperwork doesn't quite check out, the guilds are quick to sort it.
Understood.
But Lucius here will be a fine representative, I do believe. Now, the three of you, I believe, have a bit of a journey as well as my own journey I must be on. It was a good duel. Three of you are promising. Perhaps if we meet again, maybe we'll have some one-on-one combats.
I look forward to it.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Humpa is uncertain.
As James would give you all a quick bow as he would continue on back down the path you just came from, as the three of you continue on the path you were currently heading down. Any other particular conversations or interactions during this last 3 or so hours of travel over to Long Barrow?
I feel like probably just talking about like the fight that happened. Sometimes like that guy was really strong. Like I don't know about fighting him one-on-one.
I don't know. It sounds like kind of a good time.
I don't think I've ever been to a place that just has an entire society around dueling, or guild rather.
Yeah, I find it rather interesting, but I'm always up for a good fight.
I'm sorry. Did we So we just finished up in a paid gig that got us here. Did we ever really decide why we came here, or were we just like, yeah, let's go check it out?
Money.
Yeah, left it kind of ambiguous. You came to the new
Mhm.
continent because you got the free ticket, you word of good money to be made as far as like adventuring. And then heading up to Long Barrow, it was mainly because you couldn't find good work in Portway Harbor, and so
Oh
heading up to
yeah.
Long Barrow was hopefully a better place to find some better work, and then hopefully go to the next town, and then hopefully go to Bellcrest and just try to pay for your
Okay.
way and maybe even find steady work along the way. Maybe you won't even need to go to Bellcrest.
I see. I was just trying to understand what. I was like, wait a minute. Should we be pursuing a fighting career?
I mean, the
Yeah, but now
ultimate
we're
goal
interested.
Was kind of money, right?
yeah, the ultimate goal is just money and go to Bellcrest because it's the biggest city nearby. That was like the only real motif.
Okay.
Yeah, but
Cool.
we could just be Fight Club and Long.
Yeah, we could. Okay, I just want to make sure there wasn't some other draw or thing we should pursue. So, all right.
Yeah, we're not blades for hire. We're fighters for entertainment.
Gladiators. All right. Well, if there's nothing else, the next 3 or so hours would go by fairly quickly. The sun beginning to set, purples and oranges in the sky beginning to take over. That overcast, cloudy, sort of creating a beautiful scape overhead as you all begin to approach this small, humble town of Long Barrow. Entering sort of on the far left of our map here. Um, as you all reach Long Barrow, all of you go ahead and add 150 XP points to your little XP spot up at the top right of your
I
sheets
forgot
there.
we're doing that. How exciting.
Do.
150.
That's a combination of exploration XP, getting to Long Barrow, and completing your encounter successfully.
Beating up Mr.
Oh
James
my.
Mann.
as you all enter Long Barrow, following the loose, muddy road that kind of cleans up a little bit as you begin to enter the town proper. You would see it's sort of circled by small trees, a couple of farms that have been popped up, as well as the handful of buildings that make up Long Barrow itself. As you begin to enter town proper, the first building you would cross by is a small little, it's essentially a trapper's shack. Um, Passing by, you would see what looks like a half orc trapper sort of sitting out on this humble porch that would be on this fairly humble, almost cabin esque building. Seeing the three of you pass, this half orc figure would sort of stand up and give a wave. Hey, friends, welcome to Long Barrow. Good to have you. Good to have you. I take it you all are looking for somewhere to stay?
Ooh, why yes. Are you offering?
No, no, sorry, not much accommodations here, my friends. But Tellman's Rest Side, roadside rest. It's the big building right up there on your left. I mean, we can see it right here. It's that big one. Yeah, they got should have plenty of rooms. I don't think we got too many people in town at the moment. But yeah, are any of you looking for trapping work, or are you guys just pit stopping?
I mean, mm, don't know if we're much in the way of trappers. Looks to everybody in the group.
He
I mean,
shrugs.
what kind of skill would that
Yeah.
be? Like survival or nature?
It's survival, nature. Both of those could be applicable.
I have snare as a spell that I could turn on, so they were not
Uh,
Are
particularly.
you exactly in need of trapping?
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, just figured I would check. I mean, we don't really got anything too big at the moment. Current warrants out are for some of the dire wolves that are starting to pop up in the area, but none of us are looking to fuck with that. Plenty of small game in the area if you're an independent, but if you see any traps already laid, I would stay clear. It's probably ours.
Direwolves don't sound like something I want to mess with either, but thank you.
Yeah,
I used
neither
to
did
just
the
want
other
to bug you.
fancy pants guy. Yeah, the guy, the cool
Ooh.
swords guy, he probably passed him. He wasn't too
Oh,
interested.
yes. Yes, indeed, we did pass him. His name is James Masters. Quite lovely boy. Anyway, so you said this building up here on the left, yes?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. They got you taken care of. As he like sits back down in his chair and grabs up what looks like a pipe.
Ah,
Hey,
Hum
beautiful, beautiful.
Humtot wishes to know where the dire wolves have been seen.
they've been mainly,
Maybe
I
we're
mean,
chicken.
honestly, a little eastward, closer to the mountains over there. Yeah. They've
Is
always
that
been a bit of a problem in the area, but hey, I mean, look, Kingdom's willing to pay about 1 silver for 3 pelts, so it's worth a pay job if you find them.
like along our way? Like, do we have a chance of ending up encountering them? That's
I
just his
mean,
concern.
probably not. It sounds like they're very much like off the beaten path sort of thing.
Okay, that's good.
But as we would see our three sort of continue on to that larger structure you were pointed to. It would have a very simple sign on its front, Tellman's Roadside Rest. So let's move our map one more time.
What?
As you begin to approach like the rectangle building, there would be a tabaxi outside, sort of just leaning up against the building, smoking on a similar pipe as you saw that half orc trapper sort of puffing on. You'd just be sitting outside, taking a few puffs. Probably give you like an idle head nod as all of you begin to approach the steps in that front door of the inn.
Do.
Humta would return the nod, but not try to
Yeah.
engage in conversation.
Yeah, also friendly head nod.
It was just like the desk dude lady. Oh, there we are down here. I had to scroll. My bad. Head nod.
And as you all begin to enter, you can immediately feel the warm interior sort of wrap you in. The smell of cooked meats and stale ales sort of hit your nose. You
Oh,
can
it's
hear
in.
huh?
Sorry, it's in the day, right? It's like nighttime.
Yes,
So it's
end of
sorry.
day. The sun is like in the midst of setting still. But coming in, you'd see a few other townsfolk here out and about. Over at the barkeep, or the bar itself, sort of on the opposite side of where you entered from, you'd see an older woman, and she would give you all a bit of like a smile. She'd have a little bit of makeup on, her dark hair pulled back. You could see a little bit of wrinkles, crow's feet, a smile, and sort of come across her face. Oh, hello, hello. Pleasure to have you here. How could I help you, fair travelers?
We were informed that this is the domicile in which we probably find rooms.
Ah, that is indeed the right direction to be given. Hello, I'm Deborah Tellman. Me and my husband own this humble tavern and inn.
Ah,
We do currently have 2 rooms available, as well as plenty of drink and food to fill you if you're hungry or parched.
wonderful. We will take both. These two will share one. I will have the other. Thank you.
Easy enough. And she would sort of move over, pull out what looks like a small ledger. Could I get names for our rooms?
Yes, Lucius, and which one of us to be in charge of the room? Warren. Sounds like you want to be in charge of your. Great.
Oh, I'm sorry. What did you say? I thought your character was just giving all the names because you were so take chargey and dishing us out. Yeah. Well, after you said your name, I would introduce myself. If that fixes this.
Excellent. Lucius Warren. That will be 5 silver pieces per room, and that does come with 1 kettle of tea or a pitcher of wine.
Ooh, wine, please. He will
Um,
pay 5 silver for his room.
I'll pay 5 silver, and I'll ask. Sorry, let me move. I try to get clever and like split the screen and have something else on there. Squeaky dot, but it just making it confusing. Anyway, I would ask him to if he preferred tea or the wine.
He would suggest whichever one has the most liquid.
You know what? If you could just do one of each, and I'll just pay the difference. It's what this do.
Give me a persuasion check, Warren.
16.
You would see Deborah give just a bit of a smile. Tell you what, since there's 2 of you in the room, we can do 1 kettle of tea and 1 pitcher of wine. How about that?
Oh, that's very kind of you. Thank you so much.
Not a problem. Not a problem. She sort of closes up the ledger, puts it back away. Um, oh, sorry. What am I thinking? She reaches back under the counter, pulls out 2 keys, hands 1 key to Lucius and 1 key to Warren.
Thank you so much, love.
You will be in room 1 and you'll be in room 2. These keys will also get you into the washroom. So if you needed to freshen up or use the latrine, those are, of course, available to paying patrons. Um, Please don't go into the private room, of course. It should remain locked, but in case it is open, just be sure to shut the door behind. Sometimes Peter can be a bit forgetful.
Oh yes, which room is that? You say?
Oh, it'll be the only unmarked door.
Ah, beautiful. Okay, I'll make sure that we avoid that.
And will any of you be needing any food, perhaps? Anything to eat?
Ooh, what's on your menu?
Yeah.
Currently, right now, we have a surplus of pork, so we have many different options. I think Peter said something about pork chops and potatoes with a side of vegetables and some bread, I think is his current dish, but he can fix up almost anything.
Uh,
That sounds
I think I'm gonna go wash up first. And then I might come back down and eat.
Of course,
yeah,
of
we'll
course.
catch some dinner in a little bit.
Yeah, I mean that's me. I think it's me first.
I mean, we haven't
How-
shot that today.
How much is pork chops and potatoes?
That will set you back about 3 copper pieces for the plate.
Yes. Humta will also wash the mud.
Excellent. Just right up the stairs there. And of course, feel free to use the lounge upstairs. That is for any patron, but of course, for paying patrons, of course.
Beautiful. Thank you so much, Deborah. Greatly appreciated.
The 3 of you head up those stairs just off to your side, up to that second floor.
Yeah.
You would see the 2 rooms at your disposal. There isn't much difference between the 2, but there is room 1 on the left, room 2 on the right. You would see the unmarked door, just right there, that little diagonal door. And then right up to the north, you would see the door labeled washroom. And you would be able to open that and head in there if you so choose.
Wow, that's crazy. We can't just move through these walls.
Looks fun.
Like you have to drag your token through the door. I just have never. I feel like that's never been a thing. Sorry. Anyway.
Move it up in the room. All right, I'll take the one on the right.
Okay. Oh,
Awesome. I get through.
Oh, Hunter, looks like it's just me and you again.
yes. Humta expected this.
It works out. I don't take up that much space, but you know.
Yeah, I think we're pretty like low needs kind of guys.
I feel like we end up just spreading like half-built inventions and alchemy stuff everywhere. It just becomes a mini lab for the night.
You guys have
Yeah,
a little
see,
pop-up
perfect.
lab.
Yeah, there's like beakers on the desk.
Yeah, Humta has been trying for years to get any of his potions to work, but he swears he's on the verge. One day he'll find the thing that clicks. Yeah, he'll pile his stuff near the door here, and then he wants to go wash off.
Is it just a one-person washroom? It's like multiple washrooms.
I have to go check.
That's fair. I fucks with that. Oh, it's at the locked door. Oh, that is locked. Oh, that's cool. Okay, so,
Can you guys open the doors?
yeah,
yeah.
the top one.
Okay,
Wow,
Just the one was locked.
that's
This is cool.
It's just so cool that
Thanks.
we can like open these doors and stuff.
Yeah.
Look at that. I'm like really moving around in here. Oh, look at this.
Latrines. That's not what I need.
Seeing everybody in the washroom, I think that Lucius would sneak back out and check the locked door.
Naughty, naughty.
You would. All
Head over to
right.
the door
Yeah.
and check the handle. It's good lock.
Definitely locked.
Hmm.
I think inconspicuously he would try to like peer through the keyhole or see if he can see anything. Try to peer under the crack of the door.
Pence down to tie his shoe and puts his eye to the keyhole.
Give me a perception check with disadvantage, Lucius. As we would also cut to Warren and Humta, you see the large brass tubs. There would be a like magical enchant that would let out either just really cold or really hot water. You kind of have to go back and forth to get it a nice temperature. It's kind of rudimentary, but it gets the job done.
It's British.
Yeah, it's just, do you want scalding hot or do you want freezing cold? A 10 perception for Lucius as you're peering through the keyhole. It looks like a fairly standard bedroom. You can see there'd be a armchair to the left in the room. It's again a fairly standard square. Besides this weird cut in the wall where the door currently is, a chair on the left side, sofa on the right. See what looks like a bed, a cabinet, nightstands. Just a little room, plenty of size for two people. Deborah and her husband Peter, assumingly.
Such an unassuming room.
It would be a shame if something happened to it.
I do have thieves' tools. Oh. uh, I'm gonna try once. I'm gonna try once to get in there inconspicuously.
All right. Give me a roll with your thieves' tools.
We shouldn't have left you unsupervised. We should know better by now.
I like to think we don't, and we're just like nice and gullible.
Yeah.
We just think he's eccentric, and he's just been pulling this shit for months.
With a 17, you would be fiddling with the door, and you would feel it unlock as you would hear a click.
Ooh. He would very quickly step in and just close the door and lock it behind him.
Meanwhile, we're talking inventions and trading stories in the bathroom. I'm hearing about your third son for the 5th time.
Well, I like to think even when like there's plenty of room, so he's always like, "Yeah, they'll share," and he just knows we'll just get caught up in our own tinkering shit.
Yeah, I like it. I like it. Is your character Chance? Is he a high charisma character?
No. It's flat. He has flat
It's
charisma.
flat.
He has
What's
no
your class
modifier.
again? Monk,
He's a
right?
monk.
You're a monk. Anyway,
I love it. Yeah, we cut from Warren and Humta in their tubs. Their perfectly temped water. They were able to sort of portion out between the two, like very hot and super cold, going back and forth between stories as we see Lucius pick the lock, slide in, shut the door behind you. You'd see the same room that you peeked through. But the only thing that would stand out that you didn't see before would be a trap door over to your left that isn't hidden in any way, shape, or
Yeah,
form.
this thing.
Yeah, it would just be what looks like a door that's sort of set into the ground that has this circle like lift up handle where you would assume you lift it up and proceeds down.
I think instinctively Lucius would probably like lay down on the floor next to the door and like put his ear on the trap door, see if he hears anything.
Give me a perception check with disadvantage.
Ooh, ooh. Oh yeah, no,
Um,
we're too curious. We're opening.
at the 9, you don't hear anything, and you're able to open up the trap door. It's not locked. Opening it and peering down, you can see what looks like a study. You can see a sofa, a fireplace, many bookshelves, armchair, this beautiful like shag rug that basically fills the space. And I'll move your token here at the top of these as if you're looking down into that
Mhm.
space, as you would see a ladder that goes down, maybe 10, 12 ish feet to this little room right below that has no entrance or exit. It's just this little nook.
We haven't seen Peter yet.
You have not. You have not. You
Okay.
you heard he's a cook. You assume he'd be in the maybe kitchen
Oh, in the
somewhere.
kitchen. Okay. Okay. Yeah, we're gonna keep exploring. We're gonna go down in.
I love it. As you climb down the ladder, shut the trap door behind you, touching down to the room below. Give me one more perception check, just a flat perception check this time.
17.
17. As you sort of touch down to the floor, your boots sort of land on that shag carpet that fills most of the floor here. You look around at the bookcases that sort of line the walls, and then you look at the fireplace. You would see the fireplace has like a pass through. As you sort of look down a little bit, you can see that on the other side, like sort of the back end of the fireplace, it's opened up. You would see a kitchen before you would see a human figure just sort of step by to what looks like a cutting board on a nearby table in this kitchen. You're sort of looking in through the fireplace. You see him beginning to cut up what looks like some carrots.
Ooh, that's fancy. He'll just kind of make note of that, and I think he'll just pop out.
I love it. So head back up.
Yeah,
Okay.
he doesn't want to
Climb
push his
back
luck
up.
too much.
Heading back out, like locking the door behind you, sort of thing.
Yeah, yeah. Relocking the door behind me. Heading back out. Going back into the washroom. Actually, wash up.
I love it. I love it. And there would be some sort of like magic sinks off to your left in the general, hand wash room. So you could do minor washing up in there until the boys are done with the tub. But you would also probably could hear them in there just like loosely talking back and forth, hearing Warren
Mhm.
talk about one of his kids again that you're like, oh, I remember this story.
Fucking Warren.
I think Humtop's pretty patient. He lets you talk through it. You could be talking about worse things like gods and stuff. So, and he just scrubbed all the dirt out from his scales and stuff. I don't think he'd spend too long because he'd probably want to also go back to the room, clean off his armor, before
Oh,
dinner.
fair. Do some detailing.
And I just wanted to check our conversions. So it's increments of 10, right? So like 1 silver is 10 coppers.
Yeah, so 10 copper is 1 silver, 10 silver is 1 gold, 10
Okay.
gold is 1 platinum.
Okay, so I've converted some of my stuff down, so I have some silver and coppers to work with.
Cool, that works for me. And any of you can do
Yeah.
the same if you so choose. We can always just thematically say you did that in Portway Harbor, so you kinda took care of that in your last stop, if any of you want some coppers or silvers.
Yeah.
But yeah, Humta would let you guys know his intention of enjoying the hot food downstairs after he finishes cleaning his armor and checking on his little experiments.
All right, we'll come get you when we're done. And Warren's going to take advantage of soaking longer because no one's waiting for him.
I love it. I love it. As we would see all of you go about your evenings, would there be anything else for anyone? I think flavor wise, we'd see Hum to, do a good cleanup of themselves before going to detail the armor and check on some of their experiments. Or in enjoying his soak for a little bit.
Before bed for my tinker trait, 'cause I have to work on 3 things, keep them running. He would kind of like our routine is always like tweaking them and making sure they work before bed. Beep,
I
beep,
love
beep.
that. It's part of his ritual.
He like sits down. He does some little journaling about his adventures, and then pulls out his little tools and just tweaks his stuff to make sure that it keeps working. And that's it.
Yeah, Humta has a puzzle box. So I like to imagine it's like a Rubik's Cube.
Hmm.
So when he doesn't have things to work on, he plays with his Rubik's Cube. It's his Runix Cube. It's full of runes, not puzzles.
Runix cube. I love that. Is he one of the Runix cubes guys where he's quick
Yeah.
at solving it and he's just trying to
Yeah.
get faster?
That's why we can room together, because like I think it would drive Lucius crazy, and so I tolerate Warren's stories, and Warren tolerates my little tinkerings. So just like
Which-
every 5 seconds, it's and then he resets it, rescrambles it. Sometimes
Yeah,
he'll
you
ask you to scramble it.
You should probably try and grease this. I can hear the last few clicks are just a little off than the ones before.
The clicks
And
are satisfying.
He doesn't even turn his head. I just say I think it's just catching a little bit, slowing your time.
You say
He
that
puts-
every time.
He gets slower every time. Even though your time is clearly like getting a hair faster. He puts his little tinker things and says his prayers to God real quick.
Love that. I love that. Anyone that would go downstairs, partake in some pork chops and some potatoes, veggies, and
Yeah.
rolls, go ahead and take off 3 copper pieces.
Yeah.
In between the party, since you guys got a high persuasion from Warren, you guys would have 1 pitcher, or you have 2 pitchers of wine and 1 kettle of tea between the 3 of you.
Mm.
So you don't have to take anything off for those. Would there be any extra libations or anything you guys would try to do in this particular evening before heading upstairs and those like nighttime rituals begin?
Are we fairly confident of our path, like to the place we're going? Like, will we feel a need for like a better map or some advice on the area or extra rations?
I mean, that's kind of up to you guys. You think you should have enough rations to get you to Ravenholm and maybe even Bellcrest. As far as your general route, it should be fairly straightforward. You're basically going to keep heading up this narrow northern stretch. Like once leaving Long Barrow, you'll continue up the narrow northern stretch, and that'll reconnect to the main road, and then that'll lead you to Ravenholm, which is a little bit more like built up town village. It's like a little bigger than Long Barrow. And then from there, it's fairly straightforward shot over to Bellcrest. It's just like a little loop around. Bellcrest being sort of raised up a little bit, you'll actually travel for like I don't know, maybe like a day or two, and you'll be able to see the city while you're like traveling around the like what's the word I'm looking for? The like plateau that it's sort of sitting on. You sort of have to travel
Mhm.
around its base to get up to the top.
Hmm.
So it's fairly straightforward, at least as far as like your general route, though none of you would have a particular map. We'll just say that maybe in Portway Harbor you got some pretty good directions, and so you guys were just sort of running off of that.
If we're running off of just directions, I'd say that Humta would spend some time, like after dinner, just speaking with other patrons and asking them about the area, any advice about the place they're traveling to.
That's fair. Give me a persuasion check from Hunter.
Okay.
As again, the night would sort of progress on, sun fully setting, moon and stars loosely being visible through the sort of generally parting clouds.
Can I guidance this?
Sure. Give me a guidance.
Yeah, boy. Humta knows his presence is not always immediately welcome. Persuasion. You said persuasion, right?
Yeah, give me persuasion.
Oy.
Oh. For a 6 collectively after a natural 1 persuasion.
Did you lick your eyeball while you were talking to them again?
It's dry here.
I know, but it just throws people off.
We'll just say you don't get much of anything new outside of the information you were already given. It sounds like the sort of loose, verbal instructions you were given sound at least pretty sound. They sound to be confirmed at least. You're at least able to verify that info, but no new info gained for Humta tonight.
Okay. I'll go to bed.
Anything else from the rest of our party? As you'd have your evening here at Tellman's Roadside Rest.
I think Lucius would probably ask around to the rest of the patrons that are here uh, about anything to possibly help take the edge off a little more than just the wine.
Ooh, give me a
Naughty,
persuasion
naughty.
check.
Y'all got opium.
Better than Humta.
Okay.
An 11. You probably just get recommended a couple of different types of wine and ales, but no illicit materials from the patrons you're able to sort of talk with tonight.
Such a bore. Also, I don't know if you two knew this, but there is a little secret passage in between this weird little trap door that the innkeepers seem to keep in their private quarters, and like this weird fireplace passageway that leads to and from the kitchen.
You're right, Lucius. I didn't know about the secret passageway in the private quarters.
Yeah, there's like a trap door.
Do you know about this?
I went and took a peek
Why would you go take a peek?
because I felt like it.
I guess I don't know why I even ask. Usually the answer.
Yes.
Okay. What? Was it just cool?
Yeah.
Nefarious?
It
Where'd it
didn't seem
lead?
nefarious, but I mean, something to keep an eye out on.
Hey?
I mean, just in case we want to sneak in. Oh wait, you don't. And in case we need to make a sneaky.
No, it's noted. I just don't know why we would sneak in.
Hunter also sees no need for secret passage.
Like, no need
Well,
for it in
apparently
general.
Yeah.
It leads to the kitchen. Maybe he just doesn't want to walk through the whole crowd. You know, you don't have to see the patrons. No one bothers you. You just wake up, go down your
Yeah,
trap door,
I
crawl
find
through the kitchen. You know, end of the day, climb back up. Or maybe it's for their own safety.
Maybe it's for snacks.
Or yeah, maybe she just yells at him. He just cooks it right there, then passes it through. Like a room service thing. I mean, none of it was locked, right? I don't know.
I mean, the room was locked, and she did say stay out of the.
Well, I think we're learning. But at least these are fine folk. Maybe we don't poke around, especially when we're staying here. This is like
I
a
didn't hurt anybody. I didn't take anything.
sure.
Just wanted to take a peek around.
Yeah, then you get caught in a bathtub.
I mean, they were both downstairs.
Yeah, you can't wait till I'm dressed and
Figured I had
ready.
plenty of time. Just poke around a little. Do you want to go see?
Nope.
Sure, I could get the door unlocked.
No, I'm sure you could. Sure you
Humta?
could. Bring
No.
Humta into this.
Hunter does
nobody
not
wants
wish to risk a comfy bed tonight.
Thank you. Alright.
This is such a bore. Anyway, if you need me, I'll be in my room.
Will you?
Do we know about you asking for drugs like in other places?
he's gonna go to his room and someone's gonna be like, "Hey, your friend was asking for this," and we're just gonna be like, "No, he's okay."
Fairy dust.
Is it Betty Croker's nearby?
Yeah, I feel like you're a big fan of Betty Croker's.
I don't think they exist in this universe.
Not that we know of.
They exist in every universe.
Who knows? Who knows?
It's the multiverse. But in this one, instead of the frog people, it'll be correct. God, what are the eagle people called? I don't know. I went for the hardest one to
Oh,
pronounce.
Arok?
Yeah.
Oh, Aarakocra.
There's just
Yeah,
different
there we
rodents
go.
on everything. Hamster scone is fire. Yeah, I mean, if he's going to bed, Warren would just enjoy whatever wine or tea that he didn't have. Or they'd split it both. I don't know what his vibe is. I don't know how much
Yeah,
it
we'll split it.
to have and
Exchange
half.
more stories. I imagine
Evans.
even if our interests are a little different, we enjoy talking our problems through with each other. You know, alchemist spawn. I mean, artificer. Spawn.
Artificer. It's just that like, intelligence means intelligence.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I don't make potions, but I can follow it and retain what you tell me to the point where I would just be like, yeah, but I don't. Did you say it works like this? You're like, yeah,
Yeah.
what if I do this? And I'm like, oh yeah, okay, I can see that.
Yeah, same with your stuff.
You're like, I don't understand the mechanics behind this, but can't you just do X, Y, and Z? And I'm like, oh my god, I can.
That reminds me of when one of my roommates worked at a company that was making like a little house robot, and he said that their big problem they were experiencing that they were trying to work on was that their fan that would cool the inside of the robot was too close to the microphone, and so it would have trouble like hearing what it needs to hear. And he was like, and we can't move the fan anywhere, blah, 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 blah. And he talks through his whole thing. And I went, so why can't you move the microphone? And he went, huh. So yeah, that kind of thing.
Yeah, like you don't know that you can't do something.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Everyone's night wrapping up. Everyone heading to bed.
Mm-hmm.
All right. All of you finding cozy spots. Some of you in beds. Maybe some of you in armchairs, depending on if you're sharing a room. Everyone go ahead and take a long rest. Get all of your mechanical bits back.
And that includes like crossbow bolts and stuff, right? Like I can craft more or whatever. Is that how it works?
Search for the
No.
meth for the pack.
But we'll say you fetched them after that last battle.
Okay.
Just for this first time.
I'm just gonna take the L.
Yeah, we'll say after that first skirmish, since it was a friendly fight, we'll say you're able to retrieve all your shots.
In the future, will we have to like roll something to see how many I get back, or how's that work?
I mean, basically, we'll say if it was like a missed shot, it's maybe just like off in the wild. I don't know.
Okay.
We'll figure it out.
Okay.
And we may just say they're just gone. Who knows?
Okay. Yeah, I just want to know if I need to start stocking up on extra crossbolts for the future.
I mean, we'll definitely have them be a resource of some kind, most definitely. So you'll run out eventually, even if you can get them all back. I'd imagine we'll have some way for them to deteriorate.
Okay.
But we'll play it by ear for now. Again, these first handful of levels are kind of like our figure out the game before we put too many more rules on top.
Okie doke.
I think somewhere there is like Could be homebrewed. But I think somebody had him do like a D20, and if it was over a certain amount, then they could get half back.
Well, that's fair.
Because it was like, well, some even if they hit or you found them would be broken or just like you said deteriorated. And if it was a low roll, you just wouldn't find them.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll probably end up doing something like that.
Just for inspiration.
I think it makes a lot of sense. But all right, all of you get your long rest, all of your mechanical bits back. Can I get someone to roll me a D4 real quick? I guess someone who isn't
Yeah.
Chad, since Chad did the
Lucius.
last
Oh. Step up, Bryce.
I did the first like 4 rolls of this game.
10 for 5, Ivory.
Ew, I'm quitting. I have to go.
one.
That's not a rally cry?
More like an exorcism
That is
banishment.
get you going again? You're not just like, fuck yeah.
Chancey, are you gonna
Back.
roll it? Is it just being
But-
slow?
yeah, we let it go.
I need a D4. Who's got my
Bryce
D4?
gonna do it.
Oh, you want me
No.
to do it? Sorry, I
You want me
couldn't
to-
hear you.
Oh, I couldn't either. 2.
A 2. All right. As you all begin to wake up, the start of a new day, maybe semi early. Some of you prepared to maybe hit the road or go out and about town. Let's go ahead and take a break right there.
I like to imagine that
Oh.
like Warren slept up at the top, like pillow, like a normal person, but he's small, so he only takes up like half of the length. And then Humta's like curled up in the other corner with his blanket and like maybe this cushion.
I love that. That's
I
awesome.
picture your tail takes up the space I don't.
Yeah.
It's like a little bit under where my feet end. Your tail just comes over and down.
Yeah, but I imagine that his tail is going up where the pillow was, and then like his
Well,
head is at this corner.
I watched the show where he's like, yeah, and you just like head to toe. And he's like, yeah, but all the important bits are still together in the middle.
Yeah, but if you can't make eye contact, it's not romantic, Chad.
It's I have beers everywhere.
Yeah, breaky poo, 5-10 minute break, bathrooms, babies, and bits. I'm gonna go get
Okay.
go get a water.
I'm gonna let my headphones charge.
Ooh, I may do the same.
I keep my secrets.